welcome everybody to a Breathe with Mike class today on the 10th of April. It's lovely to have so many people joining live. If you'd like to start off by just going into your space, so feel free to close your eyes or keep a soft gaze. Today's going to be a very slow class. We're going to do a little bit of movement in a moment just to get our bodies prepared for breathing. So we're just going to start by noticing, and just notice whatever you want. Doesn't necessarily even need to be the breath today, but just notice something that's calling for your attention in your body. Just take a moment there, just coming away from the busy mind, and just focusing in on the feeling body. Maybe it's your shoulders, maybe it's your feet touching the floor. Maybe it's the sound of your breath. Just taking a moment to get curious about the thing that's calling for your attention the most. Now go ahead and wiggle and relax the jaw. Relax the muscles behind the eyes. Find a nice posture that's not too straight but not too slumped. Relax the breath. Now just start to pay attention with as much curiosity as you can muster, something that you find interesting about your breathing right now. Maybe one nostril is more open than the other. Maybe the inhale is different from the exhale depth and length. And don't change anything at this stage. Let's just notice with absolute curiosity. Maybe the breath is up in the shoulders, maybe it's down in the belly. How is your belly? Does it feel like it's loose and relaxed, or maybe it's a little bit tight, braced? Just noticing where the breath wants to go. And the minute you find yourself back in your mind, just be forgiveful and be okay with that, and then just bringing the attention back to the breath, back to the body. Don't judge it, don't make it wrong. It just is. Let's go ahead and let's just start to slow the inhale down a little bit. Just a little bit softer and a little bit slower. Do the same thing with the exhale, make that a little bit longer if you can. Going softly, gently in, a bit deeper. And we're just extending the exhale, even if it's just for another second or so. Just think about a smooth breath, smooth airflow, consistent, gentle. That's good. Just a couple more breaths here. Smoothly, softly, gently in. And slowly breathing out with a slightly longer exhale. It's lovely to see so many people breathing live together right now. Okay. Just slowly start to bring yourself back. We're going to do a little bit of seated movement now, just to get ourselves ready, and then we'll jump back into a bit more slow breathing. So we're just wiggling fingers and toes, breathing however you want to breathe. Okay. So, we're going to start. It's going to be a very, very gentle session today. We're going to start. Let's just start by rolling the shoulders. Nice big rotations, and if you can, just breathing in deeply. and gently. And the same on the exhale. And then when you're ready, let's go in the other direction. Hold us forward, nice big rotations. Keep your eyes closed if you like, and you can be guided by me. Keep them open, wherever feels good for you. Couple more here. Slow nasal breathing today. Okay, shoulders up to the ears on the inhale, slowly in. A little hold if you feel good to do so, and then just let go of the breath on the exhale through the nose. Do a few of those. Let's go again. This time, ball up the hands, ball up the feet, scrunch up the face. Let's do that on the next inhale. And then as soon as you're ready to let go, literally let go. Couple more. Scrunch everything up, scrunch up the thighs. Letting go, that looks great. Last couple. Final one, scrunch it all up. And letting go. Good. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of crane in the ceiling now. So make the kind of gun shape with your hands. We're going to look up at the ceiling. And we're going to draw a circle that gets ever bigger as we go round. So going in one direction, clockwise if that works for you. You can stare up at the hand and breathe in. Breathing in nice and slowly and deeply. Making that circle bigger and bigger as we go. Giving the ribs a little bit of space to contract. It's a 360 breath. And then as we get as wide as we can, we're pretty much at the end of our ceiling. We're going to pause and we're going to bring it back again. And we're just almost tracing our steps back. Just really going back over. Slowly, deeply, nasal as we go. Okay. Just shake that out. Shake out the shoulders. Bicep to ear. Wiggly hand. We're going to take a slow, deep nasal breath in. And we're going to go in the direction of the hand. And we're going to open up the ribs. Slowly, deeply in. A little hold here if you can. And then when you're ready to breathe back out again, just back to neutral. Do a few on each side. I'm really focused today on gentle nasal breathing. That goes deep in. Taking your time, if you can, a little bit slower and a little bit deeper as you go through each one. So it's kind of progressing in depth, slowness. Okay, we'll swap arms. The way the wiggly hand goes, we're going to breathe in and go in that direction. Don't forget a little smile on your face if you can. Especially if you're really tight like me, that feels like it's quite a stretch. Keep yourself smiling. Some very flexible people on here today, not me. Some do really bend deep, that's great. Again, slower and deeper on the last couple, so we're just really enjoying and taking our time here. Last one. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of seated rotations now. So you can do a prayer, you can do a fist, whatever feels good for you. And we're just going to be breathing into one side. So we inhale into the left, and we pause. And then when we want to exhale, we come back to neutral. And then we go in the other direction for the next inhale. Just if you can, making each one of these a little bit deeper on the breath and a little bit slower. Just taking your time. And just stay with your slow, deep nasal breath as we do this. If you find yourself getting a little bit out of breath, maybe you need to open up your mouth. If you can, just go a little bit slower on your movement. coherence. Just slow the body down so the breath can keep up. The nose breath can keep up. Breathing in. A little hold if you can in that stretched position. Then we exhale and come back to neutral. Eyes open or closed, whatever feels good for you. But if there's any resistance, any tightness, try and counterbalance that with a little bit of a cheeky smile on your face. Just a couple more. Again, if we can progress and go a little deeper and a little slower on the last couple, we're in no rush at all here. Shake the hands out. We'll do a bit of apple picking like Tiger showed us a few weeks ago in the community. So I'm going to go a little bit faster with this. So we're just doing a slower breath, but we're just getting a little bit of warmth and a bit of movement in. So you can look up as you're doing this if you like. Slowly and gently in through the nose. Slowly and gently back out through the nose. Creating a little bit of movement, opening ourselves up. Okay, last couple. Finish off with a little bit of tapping, and then we'll move into our lighter coherence breathing today. So just come back to neutral. Just take a moment just to go in and reflect for a second, just a couple of breaths of breath awareness. Just see if you're feeling any different from before. Maybe it's exactly the same, maybe something shifted, maybe the breath is a little bit more energetic because we've been moving around. Just take a moment just to again get curious with what's going on inside our bodies. Okay, we'll start with some gentle tapping just on the top of the cheeks. Slowly and gently in through the nose. Eyebrows. Top of the head. Jaw. Middle of the ribs. Really needed today there. And then little cat paws, and we're just going to go on the belly a little bit. So just working the tummy, relax the tummy, just giving that a nice little tap. Work all your way around the tummy, maybe even under the diaphragm, just giving that some love, some attention. Good. Finish off with some little baby paws, and we're just going to give ourselves a little gentle tap all over. So you can copy me, or you can do your own thing. Just increasing a little bit of blood flow, bringing some more attention to the body, opening things up. Maybe you do the top of the thighs, calves if you can reach there. Bottoms of the feet if you can get to them. Good, good, good. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Have a little wiggle, have a little stretch. Just going to turn this music down. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to go back into the breath awareness for a moment. The breath is probably moving a bit more than it was at the start because we've just been moving. So we're taking a few recovery breaths, just noticing the breath, noticing where it wants to go. And in a minute, I'm going to play some coherence music, the beautiful hand pan. And you can just breathe along however you normally would breathe to coherence breathing, or because this month is all about CO2 tolerance, if you'd like to join me, I'm going to go a little bit lighter today. So my goal is to keep the cadence of 6 breaths per minute through the nose, but I'm going to go a little bit lighter. So I'm going to just push myself a little bit today. So I feel a little bit of air hunger, and that's where the growth is going to happen. So again, if you want to just have a beautiful coherence breathing session with no extra stress in there, then go for it. If you want to do some adaptation with me today, then I invite you just to make the breath a little bit lighter. So the easiest way to make it lighter is think about a softer breath and a little bit less volume coming into your lungs. So just bring in a little bit less air as we go in. Can you hear that playing? Is that playing? Yeah. Okay. I'll guide you through. So just breathing normally for now. We're just exhaling at this point. I'll tell you when to go lighter. So breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Gently breathing in. Letting go. Now the next inhale, if you want to, go a little bit lighter. So bringing in just a little bit less air now. And as you breathe out, you could almost imagine you're breathing onto a feather. So you're just going to breathe out a little bit softer, like you don't want to disturb the feather. Inhaling a little bit lighter. And as you're doing this, avoid any kind of self-competition here to go as light as you can. We just want to have a little bit of a softer breath today. Just taking your time. If it gets too much, just go back to regular breathing. Softly breathing in. Softly breathing out. You can use the ujjayi if it helps. Lightly breathing in. And softly breathing out onto a feather. Lightly, gently breathing in. And lightly, gently breathing back out. Softly in. Softly out. Lightly, gently breathing in. Softly and smoothly breathing back out. If you're comfortable here, stay here. If you'd like to grow a little bit more in terms of the CO2 tolerance, think about going a little bit lighter now. So just a little bit less air coming in and out. So lightly, gently breathing in. And lightly and softly blowing back out. Lightly, gently breathing in. Lightly and softly breathing out. Can you inhale so smoothly that the nasal hairs would hardly move? Again, if it becomes a little bit too intense, just go back to regular breathing. It's no problem at all. We're just playing with the breath today. You're all doing wonderful. About 2 minutes left. Lightly, gently breathing in. Smoothly breathing in. And effortlessly just breathing back out again. You're doing great. One more minute together. Breathing out, so softly the feather would hardly move. Inhaling so smoothly, it looks like you're barely breathing. Gently letting go. Smoothly breathing in. Here comes your final inhale. Make it count. And here comes the final exhale. Softly, gently breathing in. And just stay in your space for a couple of breaths. If you can, just transition back into an awareness. And just notice how things are now. How does it feel to be breathing into your body right now? And is it any different from sort of 22, 23 minutes ago? Can you notice any changes? Where does the breath want to go? How does the body feel? How does the mind feel? I'm humbled every time by the breath, by how quickly it can change our state. Last couple of breaths. We'll close the session with a bit of a physiological sniffing inhale. So we're going to breathe in about 60%, a couple of sniffs. So we're all the way filled up, and then we'll just all hum out together. Hum out as long as you can. And try and make your nose tickle as you're humming out. And at the end of the hum, just one more breath back in and a hold. And just enjoy that hold. So we'll go together. I'll guide you through it. So just breathe in together. And on my count, we'll start to breathe in. So 3, 2, 1. Breathe in about 60% through the nose. Add a sniff if you can. Add another one if you can. Add another 2 if you can. And hold. And then when you're ready, we're going to hum. Let's go. Breathing back in, little hold, and just relax. And then back to regular breathing. Thank you so much for being with me live. It's beautiful to see all your lovely faces. I hope you enjoyed that guided breathing session. We go live almost every single day. Every now and again I'll take one of the classes and put them here on YouTube to share with you beautiful people. But if you'd like to join our community, we would love to have you. We have special guests come in. We just had the author of Breath, James Nestor, come in last week and did a live Q&A with us, which was incredible. And we've got a load of other beautiful guests join in, and everything's recorded. Live breathing classes on a regular basis. You get access to my functional breathing course straight away, which is $500, and there's a load of other stuff in there. So come into the community, come and say hello, come and breathe with us every day, come and make some new friends if you want to, and deepen your own practice and your own knowledge. It's a wonderful, wonderful place, and there's so many great people in there. So I look forward to seeing you, and it's a 7-day money back promise. So if you're not happy, drop me a note. I'll let you get your money back. Of course, yeah, it's a 7-day promise, and I also offer a complimentary one-to-one at a certain point. So if you join right now, you'll get 30 minutes with me. You can ask me anything you like. I can give you some breath assessments, I can give you some guided practice, I can really support you, and that normally goes about $400 as well. So many reasons to come in and breathe with us. Thank you for watching this video. Cheers.